Little Willie won't go home. Hey everybody, mic check, 1, 2. Is this dang thing on? Okay, cool. Just making sure we're not broadcasting into the void, or worse, my agent's inbox. Hey. He gets a big thorn in his little wiener when I don't CC him pronto on interdimensional memos. Anyway, welcome to Parallel Universe News Network, or PUNN if you are a psychopath, or even PUNN if you are a prevert. Tee-hee. I'm your host, Shlorpo Blabbermuff, coming to you live from Dimension M294G, where the coffee is always lukewarm and the laws of physics are always a-changing. Joining me, as always, is my esteemed producer and the only sentient being who can tolerate my miserable existence for longer than 3 nanoseconds, the ever so lovely Emery's Gamie Vermin. Gamie, ready to do this like Brutus?
Ready as I'll ever be, Shlorpo.
Let's get this interdimensional circus rolling, rawhide. Well, folks, we're starting today's show with a scandal that's rocking the multiverse. A time-traveling platypus accused of cheating. You heard that right. A platypus. Turns out those duck-billed, beaver-tailed friggin' weirdos aren't just content with being venomous mammals. They've got to go and fucking master temporal mechanics, too. This particular egg-laying Einstein goes by the name Howard Nutlick, and he's been cleaning up at intergalactic trivia nights for the past 37 cycles. This guy's a goon. I mean, like cheese and rice. We're talking about winning streaks that would make a quantum computer jealous. Naturally, some folks are crying foul, claiming Howard Nutlick's got an unfair advantage, namely knowing all the answers from the future. Well, yeah, it only makes sense. What better way to become a flipping trivia master than to just zip ahead a few centuries, download the entire Wikipedia database directly into your tiny little brain, and then head back to your own time, right? Talk about your ultimate rigged bar bet. Howard Nutlick, however, denies these allegations. In an exclusive interview, he told PUNN, and I quote, "I just studied really hard in 3042, which, okay, not the best fucking defense, Nutlick. Sounds a little suspicious if you ask me, but hey, who am I to judge? He went on to say, look, I know it sounds fishy, but I swear it's all just hard work and a little bit of future foresight. No cheating involved. You have to believe me. Okay, buddy. I don't trust this little muck at all. No, sir, not at all." In other news, a birthday party in Chrono Dimension 8 has been going on for 3,000 years. Oh shit. Oh wowzers. And no, this isn't one of those interdimensional exaggerations. Apparently a rogue piece of code in the dimension's time-space continuum got stuck in a loop, forcing the unfortunate partygoers to relive the same birthday celebration over and over and over again. Imagine being stuck singing happy birthday for 3,000 years straight. Oh dear. I mean, at that point, why not start singing it in the style of Christopher Walken just to break the monotony? The worst part? The guests have now been legally classified as cake-based life forms due to prolonged exposure to frosting and existential despair. Their bodies are literally made of birthday cake. I'd have to eat myself for sure. Scientists are fucking baffled. Philosophers are enjoying cake and having a field day, and the lucky caterers who got stuck in the loop are now considered interdimensional deities. Oh, lucky! Hey, when life gives you infinite mixing bowls, you become the cosmic baker of the never-ending multiverse? I guess, sure, why not? Moving on to some lighter fare, the intergalactic reality show So You Think You Can Digest has become a surprise hit across 7 realms. I'm not kidding. This show is really damn huge. The premise is simple, yet horrifying. Contestants from across the cosmos, each representing a different species with a unique digestive system, compete in a series of fucking disgusting culinary challenges designed to push their poor stomachs to the absolute limit. We're talking about obese sentient black holes going head-to-head with sentient psychic fly-infested compost heaps, all vying for the coveted golden gut trophy. Last week's episode featured a gnarly surprise acid reflux twist that left viewers on the edge of their seats and throwing up in their mouths a little. Oh, I hate when that happens. I mean, spit or swallow. Am I right? Honestly, I really don't get it. I can barely dang watch a human eat a messy burrito on Earth TV without losing my lunch. let alone witness a bloated, sentient nebula try to digest an infected, puss-filled neutron star. But hey, who am I to judge? Different dimensions, different strokes, right? What are you talking about, Willis? And in dimension PP2468 Paul, Quantum Cheshire Cat vanishes, leaving scientists scratching their heads. And this totally method up story is sure to leave you scratching your heads. And even if you don't have a head or have 1,000, you'll be scratching something for sure. In a bizarre turn of events that has the scientific community buzzing like a hyper-caffeinated tachyon, a particle exhibiting the Quantum Cheshire Cat phenomenon has vanished from its dang containment, leaving behind only its spin. Oh, wow. For those of you who haven't dedicated your lives to unraveling the mysteries of quantum mechanics, the Quantum Cheshire Cat phenomenon is real. Basically, it's like your cat disappearing but leaving its grin behind. Well, except instead of a cat, it's a subatomic particle. And, instead of a grin, it's intrinsic angular momentum. The researchers are understandably bumfuzzled. Wait, for reals, bruh. Hold on. I mean, how do you lose a particle that's fundamentally linked to its properties? It's like losing your shadow, but still being able to cast a perfectly normal silhouette. For real. This has led to all sorts of philosophical debates about the nature of persistent presence and absence, the meaning of observation, and whether or not we're all just living in a giant cosmic simulation run by a Baja Blast, drinking crater-faced, bored, unmedicated teenager with a vape pen and a raging God complex. Oh, Lord, hope not. In Dimension BS49 Derp, in news that should surprise absolutely no one, a satirical theory known as quantum bogodynamics has gained unexpected traction after a recent study found a direct correlation between political debates and a surge in bogon particles. Sure, makes sense. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the finer points of theoretical physics, and really, who is? Bogons are hypothetical particles that are said to be responsible for all the stupidity and dysfunction in the universe. Scary. They're like the anti-midichlorians, except instead of making you good at the force, they make you bad at thinking and life in general. Sorry. The theory, which was originally proposed as a dumb joke by a bunch of bored physicists who were tired of explaining string theory to their families, suggests that politicians are particularly potent carriers and emitters of bogons. While the scientific community remains skeptical because, evidence and stuff, the public has latched onto the theory with the fervor of 1,000 suns. Hey, the public. I mean, am I right? Oh, wowzers. This next one is a doozy, a real wild ride, a cackle to be cuddled. Hold on to your telescopes, folks, because things are about to get meta. In a televised event that can only be described as the most intellectually stimulating cage match in history, renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson fucking faced off against himself.
Well, not exactly himself. It was his fourth dimensional clone, to be precise. And they weren't actually fighting in a cage. It was more of a quantum debate.
Oh, okay, anyway, the topic of this epic showdown, the shape of the multiverse, of course. Is it a donut, a pretzel, a quantum superposition of something resembling a butthole, or perhaps an emotionally unstable Mobius strip like you? Gross. The two Neils battled it out for hours, lobbing cosmological theories and witty retorts back and forth like intellectual grenades. The debate raged on, looping infinitely for a while there, until fucking finally resolving in a draw, punctuated by thunderous applause from the studio audience, which consisted entirely of alternate versions of Neil deGrasse Tyson from across the multiverse. Talk about an ego. And now for some music news from Dimension 9 Swan, where the legendary Blork has just released her most experimental album yet. Forget instruments and microphones and shit, folks, because Björk's gone full on quantum Her latest masterpiece, Entangled Echoes, was recorded using a groundbreaking new instrument known as the quantum foam synthesizer. This mind-bending device doesn't just create groovy sounds, it manipulates and lays down the very fabric of space-time itself, weaving sonic tapestries from the raw energy of the quantum foam, and Blork is a natural at it. But here's the catch. You can only hear this album if you're in two emotional states at once. Yeah, you heard that right. Joy and sadness, anger and love, existential dread, and the overwhelming urge to eat a whole tub of ice cream. You gotta feel it all at the same time, dude. But it's totally worth it. Entangled Echoes is available at any bodega on the Lower East Side of here, there, and everywhere. Heh heh. Speaking of musical pioneers, Grimes, the queen of techno weirdness, has outdone herself once again. In a move that can only be described as peak Grimes, she's collaborated with her AI clone from Universe XA22 to produce an album that literally listens to you as you listen to it. That's spooky as fuck if you ask me. Anyways, folks, this ain't your weird uncle's vinyl collection. This is music for the singularity generation. The album titled Post-Human Cradle Song is designed to adapt to every mood, thought, and genetic predisposition. Except for Sean Combs, there's no hope for that little creep in any dimension. Anyway, it's like having a goddamn personalized soundtrack to your life, except the composer is a hyper-intelligent AI clone of Grimes, who can most certainly see into your soul and judge your taste in music. The album has already hit number 1 on both the Billboard charts and the Sentient Saturn League's Hot 100, proving that even in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, Grimes is still the reigning queen of weird. And weird means supernatural. Look it up, weirdo. And finally, in news that will make you want to scream into the void, or at least honk your horn in frustration, MIT researchers have discovered that neutrinos, those pesky little ghost particles that can pass through anything, might be the reason behind your morning commute woes. It seems that these subatomic speed demons can exist in a state of quantum superposition, meaning they can be in multiple places at once, like duh. While this is usually not a big deal on a cosmic scale, it turns out that when these neutrinos decide to hang out in the vicinity of Earth, they can mess with GPS signals. And by mess with, I mean throw them into a state of complete foobar. Drivers everywhere have been reporting sudden detours, phantom traffic, jams, and a slight tummy ache accompanied by a mild case of existential dread. Oh well, sorry about that. Not really, but yeah. Anyway. So that's it for this episode of PUNN. I'm Shlorpo Blabbermuff signing off from Dimension M249G, reminding you to stay weird, stay worried. And whatever you do, don't stare directly at the Quantum Cheshire Cat. You might not like what you see, or don't see, as the case may be. So, Gamie, any parting words of wisdom for our interdimensional viewers? No? Nothing? Nada? Zilch? Alright then. He's speechless. Hey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and shit to our channel for more mind-bending news from across the multiverse. And remember, dumbass, this was all for entertainment purposes, and none of this actually happened. Sheesh.